friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well, and I'm super excited for today's video. Today I am working in my basement and I am taking you guys along with me. I have been doing these videos quite a bit lately where I just am doing things that I need to do in order to take pictures, to put things away in my inventory behind me, things like that, all these things that are necessary as a reseller. So I have my latest haul here in front of me in these bags. I'm going to go through and cut off all the price tags so that these things can be ready to be pictured. I am also going to chat with you guys while I do it about some different things. I usually either talk about my life or I talk about how I'm doing or how I feel about reselling at the moment. But today I wanted to kind of chat with you guys about Posh Shows, and I know that it's a super hot topic right now in the reselling community, and that is just around if you should do Posh Shows or not, what they're like, if they're a good idea or a bad idea. There's also a lot of people that really hopped on the Whatnot bandwagon. Like, they went hard on Whatnot for a while, and I think it's interesting because there's just a lot of kind of turmoil. There's a lot of kind of things going on in the reselling community around live shows. And so if you didn't know, Posh Shows is a new thing that they just came out with on Poshmark, where you can sell things live, where you can preload into a Posh show 50 different pieces that are either from your Poshmark closet, or you can list them specifically for the show, and then you can sell them live. So if you aren't aware, that's what we're talking about. And Whatnot is another platform that is all pretty much live selling. It was really popular, especially amongst Poshmark sellers a few months ago, which was the same thing, live selling. But I'm going to just be sharing my opinions on Posh Shows and how I have been finding them to be. I've done 2 or 3 Posh Shows now. I did 2 Whatnot shows, and I think I do have some insights or just some opinions that I can share with you guys. So let's start with Whatnot. I personally, when I did Whatnot, I did not love it, at least for selling. I did enjoy being able to connect with you guys, connect with my YouTube audience on Whatnot, but I just remember feeling so discouraged after each show if things didn't sell. I felt like it took a lot of time and a lot of energy to try to build up your following on Whatnot, and it's just like a completely new platform, right? So I didn't really know what I was doing on it, and I felt like the expectation on Whatnot was that everything that you were selling has to be very, very inexpensive. Like, you have to sell things for like $5, or you have to start them low. I didn't really feel like you could ask for more. And then if there was no one else that wanted your item and you listed it and you started the bidding at $5, if you didn't have somebody else that wanted something, then you were just kind of stuck having to sell it for that low price. So after 2 shows on there, I just was kind of done. I didn't really enjoy it. I kind of felt like I was trying to convince people to buy things, and I just wasn't liking that whole like setup. I just kind of wasn't feeling it, and so I stopped. I did give it 2 tries though to see if maybe I would change my mind, and I didn't. But then let's jump over to Posh Shows, because Posh Shows, I do feel like they might not have had an original idea with this for sure. And I know there's Instagram selling, like you can do it in many different places where you can do live selling. But what I do like about Posh Shows is that I've already spent so much time listing items on Poshmark, gaining followers on Poshmark, and I really enjoy that when you go live, a little banner will come up in your closet telling if somebody is looking through your closet right then that you are live. I think that's really helpful, especially for people that have been on the platform for a long time. Like, I think I have like 40-something thousand followers on Poshmark, so that's 40,000 people that automatically get a little bit of a glimpse into me going live. So they automatically get a notification sent out to them in their notification tab on Poshmark. So that's really helpful advertising. Whereas with Whatnot, I felt like I was doing a lot of advertising for myself, and I didn't love it. So I like that Posh is doing a good job, I feel like, so far, of pushing the live sellers when they're going live. And I really just feel like the vibe is different in general than on Whatnot. I feel like there's not that much of an expectation that things have to be ridiculously cheap. Because that's kind of like, I feel like maybe it's just a bad preconceived notion of Whatnot that everything is cheap. But that's just kind of feeling, that's how I felt going into it. Like, you are expected to sell your things for cheap. People complain about the shipping price if it's too high. I like to, on Poshmark, that I don't have to worry about individually like weighing every single item. I love Poshmark's shipping policies, so that makes it a lot easier. Once they figure out bundling, I feel like Poshmark and Posh Shows are gonna be so much easier. But I really have been enjoying doing Posh Shows. I like the community. I have been liking connecting with other people as they come into my Posh Shows. I feel like for me too, especially since I have a YouTube and I have people who have been following my reselling journey, that it's kind of a fun way for me to connect with people in a really easy fashion that doesn't feel sketchy, I would say. So I've been having fun with it. I think it's pretty good, actually. But I do think too that there are some definite downsides with Posh Shows. I think that they really need to figure out bundling. I think that's a huge issue. And I also realize that selling things live is not going to be for everyone. And I think too, we saw a huge wave not too long ago with everybody and their mother being all about Whatnot. And I was not part of that, but I think since we've seen most people stop talking about Whatnot, I don't think that Posh Shows is going to be this humongous thing that everyone is going to be doing all the time for very long. I personally think that this whole, like, I'm gonna host 12 shows every week is not super sustainable, and it's not gonna be this way for forever. Right now, it's not open to everybody, and so I feel like everybody's trying to get in on doing the Posh Shows now because there's a limited number of people that are able to do Posh Shows just because of the requirements that they have for the beta testing. But I do think that eventually, this is not sustainable. Not everybody's gonna be able to do a live show every week, and I think that the people who are best at doing Posh Shows are the ones that are going to do it in the long term. People who are engaging and really charismatic and who have tons of inventory and probably also a following. But I do think that eventually people are gonna fizzle out on doing live shows on Poshmark just like they did, I feel like, on Whatnot. And this is just all my opinion, guys. You can feel free to disagree with me, but these are just what I think. And I know that this is not for everyone. I know that being on camera is not for everyone. That's why not everyone makes YouTube channels. And I do think that this form of live reselling is not really harming people who don't want to do live shows. Like, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. I feel like I would still be selling quite a bit even if I wasn't doing any live shows. I feel like live shows aren't really like the end all be all. You can still just do reselling by putting your items up for sale and letting them sell. You don't have to do a live show to be able to be a seller. Does that make sense? I feel like some people probably feel like, oh, I have to do this, even if it's not for you or for your personality. And I just feel like some people are definitely going to be better at selling things live than other people. But I also think too, what I've enjoyed about Poshmark too is I feel like I haven't felt like I needed to convince people to buy things. Like, it's more low-key in that if you want to buy this, that's great. I'm giving you a great price on it. If you don't, that's totally fine. It'll stay up in my closet and somebody else is going to buy it eventually. I just feel like it's a lot less pressure on making a sale right then and there. And so as that is less pressured, then as you're selling live, I feel like there's definitely a less like weird kind of like car salesmanship of you need this in your life and you need it at this price. Because then it's like, oh, if it doesn't sell, like it'll still sell on Poshmark, you know? So those are some of my just initial like thoughts about Whatnot, about Posh Shows, but I know it's not for everyone. You're allowed to not like it. You're allowed to not want to do it. And I also think you're allowed to give it a try and then hate it if you hate it, and you're allowed to like it if you like it. I think that people convincing you that you have to do it is wrong. I think people saying that you should not do it is also wrong. I think you should just do it if you feel like it would be fun. Like, give it a go. And then if you do really badly your first time, just laugh at yourself, pick yourself back up, and go back to listing things just on the site. But I think that I do personally really like Posh Shows a lot. I have bought quite a few things from Posh Shows. I bought some things to resell. I bought some things for myself or for people for Christmas. Like, I've been having fun shopping Posh Shows. It's nice that I can go in, see everything that's for sale, and then just ask to see something and then buy that thing and then leave. I think that that's kind of fun. It's pretty nice. So I've been enjoying that, and I also think that some people do really like that interactive element to shopping, and I think that that's fine and it's fun. So that is kind of like my overall thoughts on Posh Shows. If you guys want kind of like a how-to do Posh Shows, maybe I could film something like that for you guys too. Right now, I've been doing a Posh Show each Friday night, and I'm still trying to figure out like what time is the best time to do that. I think time really does matter, especially as more and more people are going to be getting the ability to do Posh Shows. The more Posh Shows you have going on at once, the harder it's going to be to sell things, because you need a lot of people in your room in order to actually make sales. So it's very interesting. There's a lot of things that go into it. I'm not sure what the long term is going to look like for Posh Shows. I feel like maybe in 5 years there'll just be a couple people doing Posh Shows and are really good at it, and a lot of the smaller ones will have died out. I'm not sure. It's very interesting. It's a new wave of reselling and something we've not really seen before, or at least not seen a long-term effect from. So I'm interested to see how it goes, but let me know. Have you guys done a Posh Show? What do you guys think of them? Have you been enjoying attending them? Have you been enjoying hosting them? I know I've hosted 2. My first one went much better than my second one, and I felt a little discouraged after my second one, but I'm gonna jump back on the horse and do one again probably this Friday night. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling about Posh Shows and my thoughts on everything that's happening right now. It's a crazy time to be a reseller right now. But yeah, I'm making some good progress on these pieces. It's hard to multitask for me. I like to talk, and so it becomes hard to do other things while I do that. But as you guys can see, we're making some good progress down here in the basement. I feel like I've been able to clean up quite a bit, and I've made lots of progress. It may not look like it from this angle, but it looks and feels so much better down here. I'm going to have GU help me take pictures here in a second of all of these pieces. She has offered to help me, so we're going to work together. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm going to finish taking all these tags off, and then GU's going to join me, and I'll take you guys over there so we can take pictures together. So, let me finish taking all of these off. Okay guys, we're gonna keep on taking pictures. Ju's handing me things, I'm picturing them. We're making good progress, but this is where I'm gonna end the video for today. So thank you guys for coming along with me. Feel free to share your thoughts as well on everything that's going on with live reselling in the comments below. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and until the next video, bye.